Okay, so I'm setting up there. I already have my sketch, and I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah, okay, so I've taken a color, a base color that I liked. I prefer Taemin to be tan, so I used a semi-tan color, and then I made a new layer, clip layer, and I put it on multiply with the same color I painted the base layer in, and painted some shadows. And then on top of that, I incorporated some reds and subtle like raspberry colors. And yeah. Now I think I'm just painting a shirt. Oh, the hair right now is just a base color. And it's like a cross between a brown and a gray. I don't really know what you call that color, but I decided to do that. And yeah, right now I'm just painting the shirt. Yeah, I apologize if any of this lags. I'm having some problems with my, what do you call it? My recording, my OBS thing right now. I just gotta get it working perfectly. Like, it works fine, it records and everything like that. I just can't have music or anything, or my computer just goes kind of crazy. Oh, and I combined the actual layers, which was the hair, the shirt, and the touch of color that I wanted. And I had the sketch layer, and then above the sketch layer I made a new layer where I will be going through and rendering. But I also made a clip layer on top of the sketch layer to, I think, blend in certain, yeah, I painted the glasses here. I'm sorry if I sound weird. I'm really groggy at the moment. I've had a full week of work, and I'm like kind of tired still, but have to do this, and I apologize if you hear anything extra behind me. Wasn't my intention. And yeah. Here's some music. Yeah, now I made a new layer and I'm starting to render, as you can see off to the far left. I would have recorded the sketch process, but I didn't think this was going to work with me, so I didn't. So I apologize. I'll try to do this next time. I think I might just do a shiny series of quick studies and so forth. Yeah, right now I'm just blending in colors. No opacity change, just pen pressure, and I'm using the eyedrop tool and selecting colors that I already have laid down, and I'm just like softly fading those over to cover up sketch. I believe at one point, yeah, right here, I unlock my sketch layer and I turn it down to about 70 or 80%, wherever I feel like the sketch is still, you can still see it, but it's soft. And then I just went back to the layer I had above that and began blending again. Once again, eyedrop tool, which for me is the Alt button on Windows. And yeah, that's just basically what I did for a really long period of time, to be honest. And this is all a normal layer right now, what I'm rendering on. Yep. I might actually speed this section up, so I apologize if I just like stop talking for a random minute. But yeah, basically all I'm doing right now is eyedropping and softly feathering those colors together and blending them, make them look soft and doughy, because I guess I could answer some questions instead of this. I guess I'll leave this as like a full thing. And let me see if I still have questions real quick. Okay. Oh yeah, I have questions. Okay. First question is, are you self-taught or do you take classes? I'm self-taught. The only class I ever had was a filler in high school that I was put into. Because I didn't get into like, I think it was like AP English class or something, because I was taking like 3 or something at the time. You're like, no, can't do that, so I had to be put in that one. So no, I'm mostly self-taught. Next question is, do you consider yourself a good artist? I define good for me, and there you go. I consider myself just someone who loves to create, so I don't really know if that's good or bad, because even with this drawing, and the trouble spot for me was the nose on this drawing, so you're going to see a bunch of, like, I'm starting to define on this painting now, or I'm starting to shape over my sketch. But anyway, I consider myself decent, but I always feel like I can improve, so I'm really hard on myself, and I always think that my art sucks. So, yeah. I haven't reached where I want to be yet, so I hope that answers the question. The next question is, how long have you been drawing? I have been drawing since I was a little kid, going to church every Sunday and Bible study. I used to draw on little pamphlets, little notes and so forth that they would hand out because I was bored all the time. And that was really young, but when I started drawing anime, it was around my 6th grade year. Yeah, 6th grade, so about 2007. 2006 to 2008, I drew mainly anime, and I would just replicate. I'd be watching an anime, and then I would pause and try to like capture what I saw on the screen. I drew a lot from Tsubasa and what's the other one? Vampire Knight? Yeah, I drew a lot from there, and Oron. I always pick the weird characters. But yeah, I've been drawing for over 10 years. I got serious about digital art in 2013, September of 2013, and yeah. I think I was a late teen in 2013. But yeah, I've been drawing digitally for about 3 years and over, and I have been drawing traditionally for years. So yeah, well over 10 years. I don't think it's long enough to say that I've been drawing the same amount I've been playing my saxophone, but it very much could be about 12, 13 years of art. Next question is, most annoying thing about being an artist. Seeing your flaws, your mistakes. Seeing things that you want to fix, but you don't know how to fix. Or for me, I'm a very creative person. If I'm not drawing, I'm writing. If I'm not writing, I'm playing an instrument. If I'm not playing an instrument, I'm learning from reading a book. If I'm not reading a book and learning, then I'm staring at a senpai's piece of art. If I'm not doing that, then I'm trying to do photography stuff. If I'm not doing that, then I'm watching movies and taking in the cinematography and character development. So I'm always learning nonstop, and I guess that's just a trait a Sagittarian has. But that's just something about being an artist that I get annoyed with, is that I'm consistently creative all the time, and it frustrates me because sometimes I want to turn it off and then I can't, and I'm a chronic insomniac too, so it's just a whole bunch of no sometimes. But another big pet peeve of mine for being an artist is when I want to draw something and I don't have the skill set at the moment to draw such a thing, and I have to like stress myself for hours or days or months on a fan art that I posted a whip of, and then like 4 months later, it's like, oh look, and that came out, and it's here. For instance, my Han piece. Yeah, okay, I'm drawing the shadows on the Taemin right now for the glasses, and I'm not really good at drawing glasses, so I apologize. But hey, you know, I gotta keep going at it. You gotta keep doing it. But anyway, yeah, back to the question. My Han piece where Luhan is like a vampire with cat ears, and yeah, I don't know why I did this, but I did that, and Sehun's like this long-haired meal ticket, I guess. That one, I drew them well, but I didn't know how to draw a backdrop, so I relied heavily on references that I had to like photo bash and pick out of it, and it just frustrated me. So I finished it, and then I just stared at it for about 15 minutes. So yeah, I have to improve on that. But that's one of the things. And now being in the job I'm in, see, I'm starting to mess up his nose right here. This is a really low quality photo, by the way. So yeah, I did my best. But anyway, yeah. Now that I have my job doing the interiors and stuff under pressure, I've learned how to adjust an interior and exterior. So I've improved. I also didn't realize just how stylized I always draw Taemin. I didn't think I had a style either, but either I make him look really, really soft, like he just looks too soft, like he doesn't have the sharpness of his masculine nature, or I draw him like over masculine, and like every bone in his face, like every piece is just sharp and rigid, and his eyes are piercing, and I don't know how I do this, or why I do this. I think that's just a Taemin thing. I guess whatever I'm feeling for Taemin just kind of does it. But yeah. He's really hard to draw. I'm not gonna lie. See, and I've already messed up the nose. Oh, okay, anyway. The next question is, what do you draw the most? I draw portraits. Somewhat. I like to draw, I guess I could say I draw gore and fantasy. I'm very symbolic in what I do, so like majority of the art that I post has meaning. I just don't always openly say it because sometimes it's too personal. But yeah, I draw a lot of and recently not only do I draw K-pop people, which I've been drawing for about 3 years and so forth, but I draw on my other side underneath SB or Soybean, my other account. I draw a lot of characters with like animal ears and very sassy people, or I make little conceptual storybook things out of nothing. So I can't really say what I draw the most because I'm kind of a mixture of a lot of things. So yeah, I just draw way too much and never enough. The next question is, how old are you? I recently made 21 on November 25th. So yay! I'm an adultier adult. Next question is, traditional or digital? I have a sketchbook, so I draw in my sketchbook when I feel like I can't digitally get anything out, or when I need to practice or challenge myself, because that's what I feel like my traditional side is for, most likely. And digitally is when I have a really big concept and I want to get it out of my system. Like honestly, this Taemin could have been drawn traditionally, since it is mostly a like a practice, which I don't normally. This was like actually a stress relief doodle because I was working and I got tired of working, so I just decided to do this. Right now, after I defined the glasses, that are still bad, I went through and chose a darker, I think I used the same color that's on the glasses, and I just kind of casually swiped that over the hair pieces. Yeah. I don't usually use the lasso tool to define ridges in hair, so you can see me going over it because I don't like it. I will usually draw big chunks of hair and then take my brush and shrink it and then make the loose hair. But I was feeling extra weird this day, and yeah. I'm also using the same color to define his lips, the parting in his lips actually. I changed a lot about this picture, just so you know, because as I said, it was a stress relief doodle. Oh my gosh, that scared the hell out of me. Oh, my beer can just popped. Hold on. Jeez Louise, that scared me. Okay. Yeah, eye dropping again, defining the glasses. The funny thing is, I wear glasses, but I hate drawing glasses. Unless they're Lara Croft's glasses, like her sunglasses, the circle frames. Like, yes, those are cool. But I have the not the exact same shape that Taemin has on in the picture on the left, but pretty close. I think mine are more square, but they're that big, so yeah. And I have a small face, so it's very frustrating. But anyway, yeah, I draw digital majority of the time, though. I find it more fun. I get to experiment with like oil painting and watercolor. And if I mess up on my sketch, I can always move it. But I'm not. I don't like it when people prize one over the other. I feel like if you're a traditional artist, you are awesome, and thank you for doing that, because I think it's pretty cool. But on top of it, if you're a digital artist, you're also pretty damn cool. But I don't like people saying, oh, you know, traditional artists deserve more respect than digital artists because they work harder. It doesn't matter what medium you work in. It still takes time, because something I could do traditionally, like for instance, I drew Luhan with a mechanical pencil in like an hour and a half, and then this Taemin here took me like, I want to say 3 hours, when I'm pretty sure I'd been faster with it if I did pencil. And majority of the art that I make takes me about 15 plus hours a day. Or if I split it, I'll draw for 4 hours and do stuff. But I've gotten faster, but still, you have to calibrate your screen. You have to learn how to saturate. You have to understand what light is. There's so much stuff that you have to deal with versus like having a lamp and creating a set where you want a shadow to be and casting it and drawing that way. You really have to kind of use your brain to the fullest to imagine things. So I wouldn't say traditional or digital, because I honestly do both. And if you don't believe me, you can go to both my instrument accounts, which will be linked below. And this is just the first half of the video. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to speed this part up. And I'm doing a voiceover, if I haven't already said that, because I'm starting to forget stuff. But yeah. Next question. Has someone told you your art is bad? Oh yeah, a lot of times. I don't even want to repeat the level of rude. But yeah, this happens quite a bit. And it just recently, like the past 3 months, it's quieted down. But for the past 2.5 years, it had started to eat me up, and I started to doubt my ability to draw. And then I art blocked severely for almost a year, and then my life just kind of fell to shit. I apologize for swearing if you guys don't like swearing. I'll try not to do that. But yeah, this has happened quite a bit. Who inspired you to draw is the next question. Ooh, this is a big one. I've already answered this a billion times, but Pixar. When I was a little kid, I used to watch things like Bug's Life, and a lot of Disney. Yeah, a lot of DreamWorks stuff. But I always waited for Pixar shorts, and I collected snow globes when I was little. So I always did those things. I thought it was really fun and really cool, and I thought it was really, I don't even know what it was. Something about it just called me into it, and so I wanted to do it. And my older brother always drew too. He used to draw like basketball or just sports related art, and he was so good at it. Oh my goodness. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And yeah, I was like, I got tired at one point. I remember in middle school, middle school, somewhere in between those two, I got bored of just being the usual person. I got tired of like reading books and seeing my book as a world around me and not being able to create or like make a memory out of it besides keeping it in my head, and I have to go reread the book just to find that moment. Um, if you guys read books and love books, then you understand. If you write, you understand what I mean. But yeah, I got tired of that, and so I wanted to keep them with me. I wanted to keep doing it, and I wanted to expand. And I was also playing an instrument, so just music and art, other people's arts and books really just kind of did it. But I remember I got really like serious about it when I watched Shrek. I don't know which one came first, but I think it was Shrek, and I was watching it, and I went to the main menu. Yeah, I'm starting to define his eyes right now. But anyway, I went into the menu, and they had like the bonus features and stuff. If you were a kid when they had bonus features and you thought that was really cool, then, you know, we can be friends. Yeah, I'm starting to fix the nose. The nose is starting to come back to where I wanted it to be. But anyway, yeah, I did that, and I found a video where they were doing storybook things. And I think I was like 14? No, I couldn't have been that old. I think I was younger than that, like 12 and a half. Yeah, 12, I think. And I saw that and thought it was so freaking cool. And I wanted to do that. And so I tried, I practiced, I taught myself. And this is when I was drawing traditionally. I didn't know what digital art was at all. And yeah, a lot of Final Fantasy has inspired me. I love how realistic the characters look and how cool they look. There's no words for it. I just like really loved how Final Fantasy's characters looked, and I wanted to be able to draw like that too. I'm starting to define the lips on Taemin right now. This is what I do when I get fed up with a part of a face. But anyway, yeah, I did that. What else did I do? Oh, I watched Ratatouille, and they had like behind the scenes stuff of how they sketch the concepts and the oh, there's a word for it, the animation phases and things like that, and I thought it was so cool and so fascinating, and I wanted to do that, so I pushed myself to do that. I've basically just grown up in a really artistic environment, to be honest. I mean, yeah, just, yeah. And a lot of my family are professional illustrators and professors and doctors and lawyers and stuff like that. So, a majority of my family's familiars and so forth are like they are performancers, they are artists, so they sing and make music and things like that. So it was just kind of natural that it came back through. But yeah. I can't, yeah, so that's about it. I don't really know what else did I do. Oh, I got really serious about storyboard art and concept art and stuff when I watched Kung Fu Panda. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I am so not a like professional artist, so please do not like keep what I say close, but like don't like I don't even know the word for it. Yeah, that brush I chose right there, it's very nice. It's no passe. I've been using it the entire time. If you have basic Photoshop, it's one of the brushes that comes with it, so I'll remember to label that below or make an annotation or something over the screen about it. But yeah, I have a long list of things that inspired me, but predominantly grew up with a lot of Pixar, DreamWorks, and things like that, and I love the Disney princesses, but I was never one of those girls that liked the princesses. I always liked the animals or the way the buildings looked, or just situations like that. And I played a lot of video games as a kid too, so yeah. Right now, I'm basically fanning the color over the glasses again, and I'm smoothing out the colors and the rough work underneath the eyes to make them look more subtle. Yeah, I finally got that shadow to work on his face, and I think I did some work on it before I before I realized I wasn't recording. And but yeah, my sketches usually look really bad, and then I render. I add extra shadows and highlights, and I kind of sculpt. I think of my digital art like excuse me, as a mold of clay, like a hump of dough or something, just a clump of anything that you can mold around. Play-Doh, that's a good example, but if you've ever worked with clay, you know what I'm talking about. And I use certain brushes that I would figure scrape away, like certain sides of the face need to be scraped away, certain other parts need to be smoothed over with your thumb, other areas need to be pinched and pulled forward. The funny thing is, I took like a random ceramics moment, and it was like only for like 30 minutes. And I've actually melted glass before. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I am sorry. No, you move. If any of you guys watch Haikyuu, random side note, I am drawing Haikyuu fan art. There will be prints, and I want to make them as buyable as possible. And I don't have a Redbubble account anymore, because it was irritating to have that and a store and I couldn't do it. But I will be having those. I will have a poll once they're all finished, and I will post on both my Twitter accounts, and I would be taking a poll saying who wants what and so forth, and then I will have a pre-order sheet going out so that if you fill out that sheet, you can buy it from you can buy it from the sheet. Put it that way, because it'll direct you to my thing. I'm on a multi-layer using the same base color that I have for the hair, and I'm just drawing in basic shadows in the hair. And when I draw things like this, since it's a rough thing and it's just a simple small print, I think it's just a 5x7, and it's small and all that stuff, not really detailed, just very simple. This is also a commission style that I do, and I think I do this for really cheap. You can call it a simple illustration, but because this doesn't have details on it, like heavy details, I think I would charge like $10-15 for it. It falls in the fan art category because it's not detailed. It's detailed, but it's not like detailed like my other things, like Nymph Suho or my bloody art and so forth. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm doing the same thing with the eyes and defining the eyes to make sure you know that he's living, and that's also important. And I started rambling, I'm sorry. I've been talking for over 30 minutes. Oh, this is going to be a long video, I apologize. But yeah, I'm basically just defining certain things. Like, I still don't like the glasses. Like, I can't fix that, but I mean, I can fix it, but I just don't know how to do it at the moment, and I just don't want to as well. I'll draw glasses on other upcoming, like, personal characters, and I'll try my best to do things. I'm just adding little highlights, little soft things. I think right here, I go in the glasses and try to make a lens, and I just didn't want to make a lens. Like, it was one of those days where I was very frustrated. I had drawn a villain, a main character, some special effects stuff, and then I had to start on interiors. And it was the holiday season, it was Thanksgiving time and my 21st birthday, and it's just so much was going on. I couldn't. But I did my best because I care about you guys. But yeah. Anywho. One of my friends asked me, how long have I been drawing? Which I answered before, I think over 10 years. And how has your style changed over the years? Ooh. I went from drawing shoes, nature, and animals to drawing anime characters, to replicating anime characters, to semi-realism, to hyper-realism with China marker and Sharpie doodling. I tried to draw tattoos. I'm adding highlights to his face, by the way, which is usually taking one of the lightest colors of the face, and then as you can see my little slider over there with the color palette, and then going up until it's like it seems bright, but not too bright that it would come off as white. And never use white when highlighting. Never use black when shading. Always use a color that's connected to the complexion. I usually shade with reds and like dark like blueberries, raspberry colors, pomegranate color, blood red, blood orange, those kind of colors. If I'm working with a semi-warm complexion, and I'm tan myself, actually, I have a nice complexion, so I usually would use like oranges and stuff. But for someone as fair as EXO Sehun, I would use, for highlights, I use like this minty blue and a little bit of a bathwater color. I don't even know what you call that. I'm just gonna call it bathwater. And I use soft corals and soft pinks for his highlights. And in his shading, I'll use like a violet, like a dark violet, or like somewhat of a grayish brown color. And yeah, sometimes I'll use red for him too, but usually falls more into like the brownish colors. Even a burnt yellow kind of helps. You just have to feel your way through. I mean, that's just my style per se, but yeah, you'll get there. You just have to mess around. But like I say, a simple thing would be to find a base color. What do you want your character to be underneath? What is their undertone? Are they warm? Are they cold? Are they olive, the in between? And then you pick that, you color the whole thing, and then you do a clip layer, and you turn the clip layer to multiply, and using the same color that you did for the base, you brush in some shadows. And then after that, I'm giving him his irises, my typical color. And then after that, you make a new layer, and then you just kind of paint on colors that you find nice. For this one, like I told you, I use lots of raspberries and so forth. A little bit of an orange color, a little bit of a yellow mixture, some pinks, some subtle pinks, a little bit of like a gray. Yeah. But yeah, I do things like that. I don't know. I guess I just take in a lot of people. References will help you too, but I got this far along with skin and complexions and stuff by experimenting and using my imagination. Like, I challenge you, after you've watched this video, if you've made it this far, to draw a character and your favorite color. Just use like 2 of your favorite colors or 1 favorite color and draw a whole character, or you know, whatever you want to draw. Like, it has to be a human. Draw the human using just the base color for your favorite color and a clip layer of multiply, and then I guess your second layer of like your second favorite color, and draw that. It could just be you know, just the face and the neck if you want to. Like I have Taemin here. You could add hair, you could not add hair, it doesn't matter to me, but if you do that, you can post it to social media and tag me. I'm all about that. Like, I hope you guys do that. That'd be really cool to see. and I've done this before. I drew one of my characters from Destiny gameplay. I call her Remy, and she's completely blue. And she's got, like, I think, violet hair? Yeah, and black lipstick and, like, yellow eyes. So, yeah, it was really fun. Her outfit's red, too, so it throws me off, but it was fun. Right now, I'm just basically going through and drawing hair. This, already has a tutorial that you can buy for, I think, $1.50 or something. Really cheap on my store. But yeah, I'll probably... Hair is very simple. Base color, a highlight color, and then an in-between color. And then I just kind of shaded it, and, like, the direction of hair. It's probably the quickest hair I've ever drawn in my life. This is also covered in my hair tutorial, which I feel like you can find on my, my YouTube channel. So if you, after you obviously thumbs up this video, you don't have to, but if you do, thank you. Or even subscribe to me. You can find it in my other videos. Leave a comment too. I'd be happy to read your comments. Like if you want another tutorial or something, or just hear me mumble over a video for almost an hour. Yeah, this is just random painting. So I'll speed through this. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And leave your comments or concerns below. I will read them, I swear, and respond to them. And all the information is linked in the description box, so please click on that, read through it, and yeah. Subscribe, like, share. You all are important to me. And yeah.